Hello and welcome back to another episode of the White Sox March to October. And hang on one second here. Let me try something. How we feeling? I don't know. This is an older hat of mine, but I just washed it and it looks brand new, so I had to show it off. But anyway, we are starting today with something that's really big because we just called up Jared Shuster from AAA. So we get to player lock with Jared Shuster in a start, and if we pitch well, not only will he get the performance boost for the rest of the season, but he should also be getting another attribute boost. And the reason that I say another is because back in season 1, we got a fast track player lock and a call-up player lock with Jared Shuster. And both of those got him a +6 to his overall. It also bumped his potential up to a B. So that completely changed him from a low to mid 60 overall up to where he is now at a 76 overall B potential. So if we're successful in his player lock today and get him another +6, we'll have taken him from that C potential down way in the 60s all the way up now to an 80+ overall, which is basically exactly what Jake Eder did, except he got up to where he is now just because he was really good last year and continued to progress. Jared Shuster wasn't able to quite do that, but if we succeed with him today, we put him on the Jake Eder level. It's not going to be an easy matchup though, with having to take on the Astros. In our universe, they're 28-22. They're still the 3rd ranked team. So Jared Shuster, let's lock it in. Let's get a good start going. Oh, and there was no pregame stuff. All right, we're hopping right in. Jared Shuster did spend a lot of time on our big league club last year. Like, this isn't like it's his debut or anything. He has plenty of experience, and he was okay. He wasn't bad. He wasn't great. He pitched pretty well out of the bullpen, and there we go. There's our first out of the game. But I was upset on opening day when Jared Shuster didn't make the opening day roster because I kind of planned on him being a main component to our bullpen, you know, having a lefty out there that was still a pretty solid overall at a 76. But now that we get this opportunity to boost him again, I'm kind of glad he got stuck in AAA and he's picking up a punch out. Okay, now this is the tough one. This is the at bat that's going to be scary every time he comes up, and we need to make pitches exactly like that. Okay, and now he's laying off of that. That was kind of a mistake. And then he's early on the slider. 2 punch outs, a 1-2-3 first for Shuster. That's about as good of a start as you could ask for. We always got to remember when we're player locked up here in the big leagues, winning the game matters. Winning the game gets us a fireball of momentum. Losing the game would get us a snowflake. So as long as we keep these Astros off the board, we give ourselves a good chance of winning. Okay, there we go. You know what? I'm just gonna catch this myself. Do it yourself, Shuster. Is that? Yeah, it's going to be the first hit allowed of the game. It comes with 2 outs, though, so that's not that big of a threat yet. We just got to keep it in check. Oh, that didn't sound good. That's going to go. That was not even a bad pitch. That was kind of exactly where I wanted that to go, and he just made a really good swing on that high and away fastball. Uh-oh. Things were going so well, and they just changed on a dime here with 2 outs in the inning. I'm already kind of feeling the limitation of just having 3 pitches, though, if I'm being totally honest. I mean, if they take one thing I throw, you know, that really limits what I can do with my next pitch. There we go. All right, we needed that bounce back punch out. We can still do fine with this. We just got to hold them pretty much where they are now. Okay, there we go. Weak contact to start the 3rd inning here. No, okay. We got Vlad there. He kind of shot that the other way. That was a much better swing than I expected. There we go. All right. 3-2 count there. I could not walk the batter in front of Jordan with 2 outs. And we got some run support. Our offense tied it up. We got Jordan again. Dude, Shuster is putting together his best at-bats against Jordan so far. There we go. He couldn't hold up on the slider. I think that's 6 punch outs here. Oh my god, dude, there's no way I lost him there. All those pitches, all 4 of those balls in that at bat ended up on like the far reaches of the par region. And now we got to deal with one of the 2 guys who've given me trouble today, but 1 pitch is going to sit him down. Okay. Let me run over their game. Okay, we're there in plenty of time. Every time you player lock as a pitcher and there's a grounder hit over to first, there's like a little hitch, a little second there that it doesn't let you start running to cover first. And Abreu, another grounder over to second base. That's 5 innings now for Shuster. He's turned this into looking like a good start. And we have the lead now. And I don't know, based on where our energy's at, I would really probably like this to be our last inning on the mound, but we know how this game works. When you're player locked as a pitcher, they leave you in. They don't really care where the energy's at. And another punch out there on the slider. That pitch, lefty-lefty, is working really nice. And now we get to face Jordan with 2 outs. Now that the pitch count's getting up there, energy's getting lower, and it's 2 outs in the inning. This is, you know, ideal, because now I can kind of pitch around Jordan or keep dotting him up. And now he's swinging at that. Can I get him to punch out again? No, he put it in play, but it's right to first base. That's another scoreless inning. 6 innings, 2 runs allowed. That's a good start. Yeah, but we know we're not done yet. At least the offense is adding on 1 more. And I guess we are still in the green energy, so this inning should still be okay. It'd be any further innings. Okay, I guess maybe we were only 1 pitch in the green. Yeah, there is no way that he just turned that pitch into a hit. Are you kidding me? That should be your sign, game. That's got to be your sign to take me out. Oh, and now he's getting it through the other way. This is not good. Oh, it looks like they are taking me out here before too much damage can be done. I don't know. Even if both those runs come around to score that are going to be charged to Shuster, 6 innings, 4 runs allowed with, what was it, like 7 or 8 strikeouts, that could be enough to get him a 1+. We just obviously got to hope the CPU doesn't come in and blow it. So let's see. What's the end of this game? We lost. Oh no. Well, why are we losing? Okay, it's calling it a superior outing though, so I don't know. Maybe those runs didn't come around to score and it was just our bullpen that blew it. But why does our why would our bullpen blow it? It's so good. So I don't know. I mean, I had a good game with Shuster. He got the 2+. He's going to get an attribute boost, but we lose the game. I feel like that's kind of the story of the last couple of episodes is I do everything right and then the team kind of doesn't. Like last episode, I had 2 very successful games and Cleveland gained a half game on me in the division race. All right, I don't quite remember where we left off. Oh, that really one snowflake took us down that far from where we were. This is pretty much neutral. I don't know if this is going to get us a win. And we lost the next game, so that's really not good. All right, we're down to only, what, 6 weeks of scouting remaining? So we've got a couple new right fielders we're focusing in on, and then keeping the starting pitchers from the East. So let's advance another week and hope we don't see any more losses to the Astros. Nope, we're just going to get swept. And then we take the first 2 against the D-backs. Get a chance to sweep them myself, but where are we going to be at? We're still leading the division. Okay, I didn't have a good feeling about that, but it looks like Cleveland didn't capitalize on it. I mean, who knows? They could have taken the division lead for a game or 2, and then we got it back with those 2 wins against the D-backs. But let's just say I held on to it the whole time. All right, so let's see where we're at then with Jared Shuster. He didn't get as big of a boost as the normal boost I feel like is, but I also feel like that's kind of what I've had happen in the past with pitchers who have already like had some major league experience when I call them up. So I don't know, maybe that's just how it works. If it's a brand new arm, they get +6. If it's somebody who's already been in the bigs, maybe they only get +4. Either way, that's a really nice boost, and I think I'm gonna leave him exactly where he is here in that long relief role. I mean, he's actually already made 2 more outings and thrown, what, 7 innings combined. He's got pretty solid numbers going, so yeah, I feel like this is a good role for him. He wasn't all that great last year in his few times as a starter, and I feel like it's a combination of his 3-pitch mix and his pitching clutch rating being kind of low, so I feel like hiding him in the bullpen's a little bit better. I can't lie though, I'd also be kind of tempted to dangle him out there on the trade market, because that high of an overall lefty starter, good potential, and that kind of team control left could be pretty valuable, and I don't really see him as somebody I value too much, at least when I think about our future starting rotation. All right, but before we hop into the next game, I kind of wanted to go on a bit of a prospect watch, because it's not all that easy to just kind of check in on and see some of our prospects and how they're doing so far. So while we still have the chance to, from our trade management screen, to actually look at our roster as a whole, I want to see what some of our prospects and draft picks from year 1, I want to see what they're looking like. So first, we've got Jeremy Bench here. I'm pretty sure he's my highest overall draft pick. It wasn't my number 1 pick, but he's the highest starting overall. He's already up 1 overall point. Obviously needs a lot of help to that hits per 9 rating, but if he does get that up a little bit, you know, the rest of his his per nines are looking pretty good, and he's off to a really nice start in Double A. Look at that, 10 starts. He's averaging over 7 innings a start with a 2.53 ERA, 73 strikeouts to only 7 walks. Ryan Benjamin was another draft pick. It looks like he's not playing right now. Only Double A and Triple A actually play games. Don't have too high hopes for him, only a C potential, stamina not looking good. But I do like the pitch mix, so maybe he has a future in the bullpen. I mean, he could have a present in the bullpen. He's way better than Davy Garcia. Grant Taylor, another prospect. I actually forewent some trades last year because I didn't want to get rid of Grant Taylor. Looks like he's not pitching all that great in AAA this year, but he's still progressing. Kai Bush is another one. He's actually kind of in the same category as Shuster and Jake Eater. You know, back at the start of this, their starting overall, they were all pretty much the same, but Kai Bush is just the one that was left off the 40-man roster, so we haven't gotten the chance to fast track him, which is a shame. He's got that extra pitch. He probably would have been the best of the 3 to fast track. All the way down here at a 57 overall, this might be the draft pick that I'm most excited about from our first draft. You know, obviously he's got a ways to go, but we got him like in the 4th round. He was a pretty late pick. He had a really nice A potential. He's only 18, so he's got plenty of time to get there. And obviously those per nines need a lot of work, but look at the foundation we're working with. 96 stamina, 99 velocity. And sure, like I said, the 57 overall looks pretty bad, but if he started at a 56 overall this year, and if you figure he progresses at 4 to 5 overall points a year, then in what, 4 years, by the time he's 21, 22 years old, he'll be somewhere between a 72 to a 76-ish overall. To me, that's looking really good. Factor in once he gets a fast track and a call up, and yeah. And I'm pretty sure Fernando Segura was another draft pick. He's one that I kind of forgot about, though. Another one I'm not really too excited about. He's a little bit further down. It's always going to be nice and deflating looking at a couple more guys that I wish would have been on our big league squad this year. Not so much prospects, but Tyler Wells, we traded for him last year. He's stuck in AAA. He's pitched 34 innings with a 1.30 ERA. Joe Barlow also at a 73 overall. He's just got a casual 18 saves, 0.98 ERA. Tanner Banks, another one. Oh, he hasn't given up a run in 12 2/3. Edgar Caro, our catcher of the future. I guess his overall hasn't gotten better yet this year, but he's starting to progress a bit. He's having a decent start to his season. I was kind of hoping he'd be ready to go for next year to be our starting catcher, but I don't know. We might need to make a signing or something for one more year of like a bridge between our current catching and him. But then Connie Kang also coming up through the system. This was our #1 overall pick. He's already gone up 1 overall point, and he's doing really good in Double A. Couple bombs and a 318 average in 12 games. Brian Ramos after the fast track. I don't think his overall has gotten any better since that initial boost, and his numbers haven't really gone up much, but I'm invested to see how he progresses. And then we did draft a couple right fielders last year, the first one being Kana Matsumoto. He was a little bit of an underwhelming pick. I don't think his potential was higher than like a 71, but you know, he's only 18. And then I think the last one, just so we've hit on all of our draft picks, was Eldridge Flanagan. And I don't know, him being well down into the lower 50s, 21 years old, I don't really have high hopes for him. So yeah, I don't know. You guys will have to let me know if you liked that, if you are interested in maybe going through those guys one more time around the trade deadline while we still have access to that screen. But I figure I'm always looking at that stuff. I don't always share it, so this time I'll share it, and if you guys are interested, then hopefully that satisfied your interest. But all right, we've got a series to sweep here against the D-backs. We've got bases loaded to start. I actually didn't even realize I was the one at the plate because we're also holding on to a lead right now. So if I can do something big at the plate right away, expand on this lead. 33 pitches for the relief pitcher. I do want to see what we're looking like though up to this point. Vaughn already has 2 hits and a double on the day. Colson Montgomery with another triple. Look at all those 300 plus batting averages in that lineup. That is good. Fletcher's going deep against his former team. All right, you love to see that. Jake Eater, not a great start, but that's technically a quality start. I want to see him pitch better than that, so those numbers come down a bit. All right, let's see what we can do against Ryan Thompson. It looks like he's been struggling. Oh, but he has. All right, I thought so. I couldn't remember for sure, but yeah, he's got a bit of a funky sidearm thing going. Oh, and then he hung a slider and I didn't make him pay. Oh no, Vaughn. Oh, he did it again, and we're not gonna let him get away with it that time. Look at Vaughn. He actually did it. Man, he actually hit that a lot further than I thought he did off the bat. Look at that. A grand slam from Andrew Vaughn. It's so nice, at least in our fictional world, that Andrew Vaughn is playing like this. He's one of my favorite hitters to use in this White Sox March to October. It feels like I've had so many big swings with this guy. And there's another one. I mean, that pretty much locks up this game. Ooh, and they're going to a lefty to face Colson Montgomery, so we give Montgomery a chance to do something lefty-lefty. I don't know. I don't know what the threshold is to get that extra fireball for a blowout win, but I feel like getting a 6th run or a 6th run ahead of where they're at, so a 9th run, I feel like that would cover that. And Montgomery might take care of it on his own? Are we serious? Oh my god, look at that, man. My first 2 swings of the episode, or I guess not my first 2 swings, but my first 2 batters of the episode were hitting back-to-back home runs. That is big too for Montgomery to do that lefty-lefty. It's gonna help his progression, that power against lefties, to get better, hopefully. Oh, and that was another good swing. I just don't think it's good enough. Yeah, that got ran down. Hampson, is that going to get down too? All right, we don't have to be done yet. I mean, dude stepped up to the plate with a 341 average, and now we just improved that even more. What a signing. Kind of want to take off with him too. I'm kind of tempted. You know what? Ball 1, let's do it. Let's take off with Hampson. I'm scared to take a lead with a lefty on the mound against the legend CPU. It looks like he got a good jump. We got an off-speed pitch, and that's a stolen base for Hampson. I do not steal very often in March to October, so that's always nice to see it work. And what did Eloy just do? What did Eloy do? He hit it out? That carried? It's the hat. It has to be the hat. I'm just glad that I carried over what I was doing offensively from the last episode. It's not often that happens. My hitting is always so up and down in this March to October. It's so nice to see some consistency here. We're still in our first inning since coming into this game. This is their 3rd pitcher of the inning. And Vlad, oh, that was another pretty nice swing. Hit it pretty hard. Inning's finally over, though. We were only able to score 7. All right, you know what? This is the perfect opportunity to do this. We have a massive lead like we do. We've got 3 innings left of the game to cover. Let's get Davy Garcia in here. The hope is we have a big enough lead that he can't do anything to hurt that. And if I throw him all 3 innings, maybe that drains his energy enough so that the CPU won't use him for a game. Oh my god, just watch. I'm probably going to be lights out with Davy Garcia. I've done nothing but badmouth this guy all season so far, and he's probably going to pitch like 3 scoreless, hitless innings with 9 strikeouts. Okay, well, it's not going to be 9 strikeouts, but Montgomery got it there on time. That's a nice play with some speed running down the line. And, of course, there's a 1-2-3 inning with 2 punch-outs from Davy Garcia, because of course it is. Oh man, they're really gonna make me look bad by throwing Tyler Rogers, aren't they? Yeah, dude, I can't find out where the PCI is supposed to go. Stassi, that could bloop. No, it's not going to. That's a good play from Gurriel and left. Moncada, oh, he can't get there. Oh no, Davy Garcia is giving up a hit. That's too bad. Well, then he comes back and gets Glaber on 3 pitches. Another one on that slider. Is that just like a really good pitch? And that should stay in the yard. 2 scoreless from Garcia. Apparently Vaughn's a triple away from the cycle, so if I can find out how to at least get a hit off of Rogers, or he's just gonna go deep again. I guess there's that option too. Hey, that's gonna drop in. I finally did something on the sinker. And a walk. Look at me still working out ABs, grinding the count here, drawing walks up 9. No, that was supposed to be a check swing. I didn't want to swing at that. I wanted to get to a 10-run lead. I guess technically finishing out the game here with Davy Garcia would get him a save. Completely forgot about that rule, that no matter what the lead is, if you hold the lead for 3 innings at the end of a game, it's a save. And that's right to Hampson. Bailed out there. He smacked that. Now Vladdy's going to handle the weak rollover. And of course we can't just end the game. We have to give up extra bases before we can just finish this one off. I guess that's fine. It gives me a chance to run up Davy Garcia's pitch count a little bit more. Not too much more though. Another grounder to short. Montgomery gets it there, and that's a really nice win. What did I put up? 8 runs? I mean, we did come in with 3 already on base, but I had to drive him in. So we only get 2 base momentum fireballs, only the 1 more. You don't get extra credit for the bigger blowouts, I guess. And all right, let's see what that's going to do for me here. Only 3, so that's not going to give us, you know, a huge fireball or anything, but it's at least going to set us back up for a couple more wins. We get a series against the Phillies, and we take the first 2. And we got to do more scouting before we can find out about the last game. And you know what? I'm not even going to touch it here. I kind of want to find out 1 more week's worth of scouting about everything here. So let's just go and advance on. And what about that last game against the Phillies? We sweep the series against the Phillies. We're still going against Detroit. And we're going to finish the episode with a trade opportunity. Wow, all right. I actually almost forgot that this was even a possibility. But look at this first move we can make. This is kind of a big one. Could be another blockbuster in the list of blockbuster trades between the Cubs and Sox recently. They're offering me Christopher Morel at an 81 overall. He's kind of regressing a bit, though, this year. I guess it's really just the power. I don't know, though. Judging by where he's at in my live Cubs March to October, I feel like his attributes aren't looking as good. Like, only 41 contact, 66 power against lefties. Is that even, like, decent? Also, there is no way that he's only 145 pounds, right? Like, that's a mistake. Because there is no way. You're not going to tell me that Dominic Fletcher, 5 inches shorter than Morel, is 40 pounds heavier. I don't know, though. I'm not really feeling this move. I'm not really blown away with what Morel would bring to the team. Like, normally I like using Christopher Morel. I referenced the live Cubs March to October. I like using him in that. It's just his hitting stats here don't really blow me away at all. He's not that great of a glove in the field. He has some versatility, which is nice. But again, without a great fielding rating, how much does that really do? But I don't know. With the way the team works right now, we have Vlad playing third, and we don't really have a spot that would make much sense for Morel. The only one that maybe could would be left field over Benintendi, but Benintendi, well, okay, he's dipping a little bit. I was gonna say Benintendi's still been one of our better hitters, but his numbers are coming down a bit here. All right, before I think about this too much, let's see what our other options are, because maybe we just have a better option sitting here. So the Rangers are offering us Cole Winn, also for Brian Ramos, and a current reliever, Miguel Castro. What about this last trade from the Dodgers? They're offering Kershaw, and all 3 trades involve Brian Ramos. This is probably the least likely trade that I would make here. So now it's pretty much just between Cole Winn, Christopher Morel, or nobody. Guys, I think I'm not gonna do it. Man, I don't know how long I've been sitting here, but the last time I said I've been sitting here for so long thinking about it was already almost 10 minutes ago. And there was a point in all this where I really thought I was gonna do it. I really thought I was gonna pull the trigger and add Christopher Morel, but the more I thought about it, I don't think I can. I don't think the trade makes sense. I also don't know how I'm gonna edit down my self-debate. I don't know how much of it I'm gonna cut out. So if I cut most of it out, just know I spent so long thinking about this, going through every single way it could work, and it just, to me, doesn't give me enough value. So I think now for the second time this season, we're gonna decline all trades and move on. And you know what? That's fine. Ooh, and this is actually an interesting one here. This is a fast track. I kind of assumed off the bat that this was gonna be a call-up since Lenyn Sosa started year 1 on our big league team, but this is a fast track, so this is actually pretty big. So obviously I'm gonna do it. So obviously I'm gonna do this. We're gonna accept this fast track with Lenyn Sosa, and even though just last episode I said that I found the secret to succeeding in hitter player locks, I think I'm going to save this one for next episode. Just because I was legitimately sitting there for like 20 minutes deciding what to do about the trade. So it's not like I'm going right in from hitting to more hitting. I've cooled off. I promise though, before the start of next episode, before we lock in with Lenyn Sosa, I'll do a little bit of practice. I won't make this player lock my first at bats of the day. But just before we wrap this up, to finish up my thoughts about the trade, we're in such a good spot where we are right now as a team that it makes sense to be picky on trades. Like last season, you know, as long as something was an upgrade, sure, fire away, make the trades. But this year, you know, leading the division, defending a World Series title, being being the, what is it, 6th ranked team, there's not much of a reason to take risks. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it. I'll be really interested to see any of your thoughts about my decision to not make the trade there. But as always, make sure if you enjoyed this one, hit the like button for me. And if you're not subscribed to the channel yet and you've been enjoying this series, be sure to hit the subscribe button. But thanks again for watching another one today, guys. Thanks for stopping by, and I will see you next time.